Hey, wait. Before you skip ahead, just to let you know, you can actually watch the full version of this on our Patreon, and you can actually watch next week's episode a full week in advance. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, right down there in the description, or right up here in the corner. Feel free to give it a click, and we'll see you there. In the last one, but honestly, I mean, there's still so many questions I have about Stain. I wonder if he's going to be back.
He crazy. I mean,
That boy cray, man.
they've invested a lot into him. I mean, a lot of screen time, so surely he'll show up somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's just too interesting to both good guys and bad guys at this point.
Yeah, and
he's used as a catalyst to start something else, so we'll have to see how that pans out.
yeah, we'll have to see what all happens with him, but we're still
He might end up being kind of pissed when he starts to find out what's going on in the outside world.
yeah, the
And he might
inspiration
stage
that
an
is spawned.
escape at a point and might start killing off some villains that he doesn't agree with what they're trying to do.
It's Jacob. He's we're doing My Hero, and he's completely in the dark about it.
Yeah, I'm in the dark on this one, so we'll sit this one out. But
Yeah, but hey, man, I mean, if you ever catch up and you want to watch it with us, man, feel free.
I need to catch up.
Oh yeah,
you
'cause
should
this
start
is an
watching
epic
it.
show, dude.
It's really cool.
Epic show.
It starts out as just a really fun show, and like the point that we're at right now, it's starting to get kind of really epic. So
Hell yeah.
Kind of really epic.
yeah,
Enjoy
kind
it.
of really.
Holler at me in just a little bit.
Will do, my man. Yeah, Jacob is watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with us because
He'll be back.
he can never get enough of that damn show. A little commentary. Love that.
You
But
didn't hear him. He said, "Hell no, I
he
can't."
said, hell no. So pretty much Stain has now become a symbol for villains, but he never wanted to be.
No, not exactly. I don't think
like
he
you said,
really
that's gonna
saw
piss him off.
himself as a villain.
No.
Like, he's one of those kind of characters that saw what he was doing as just. And he was
mean-
killing heroes, but he didn't see them as real heroes. He saw them as fake heroes.
Yeah, he had his reasoning behind it.
I don't think he's going to
it's
be on
flawed
board
logic.
with all these people going to the villain association because, A, he was kind of like, no, I don't want to be associated with you guys. And he, like, at first anyways. And then he kind of was like, all right, I might be associated with you. But as soon as they started, like, doing the destructive things, he's like, I'm going to kill them later, basically. And then he didn't get a chance to.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be pissed when he starts hearing news about what's going on outside. And he's going to escape at some point to come back and try to iron out stuff to be more to what he wants it to be. And it's going to cause a whole lot of stuff.
I had
He
that
may end up
feeling
being
too.
pretty like anti-hero at a point because of that, if I had to guess.
I would say so. I think he's going to evolve as the show goes on a little bit, and I think the big thing is I think he's going to see how these heroes develop, and he's going to see that this new breed of heroes, this new generation of heroes, actually has good people in them.
Yeah, that
And
could
I
be.
think he might not have a full change of heart, but I think he'll change his mind. And instead of being like a full-blown like anti-hero / leaning towards the dark side, instead he's going to operate how he wants, but he's not going to hunt heroes anymore.
And just depending on like how much attention he pays and how much credit he gives to people, he might have gotten a taste of like, well, humans are humans and they're going to make mistakes. And as long as there are people willing to try to correct their mistakes, like Ida, It's like,
Yeah, Ida I think has effectively learned his lesson that seeking vengeance is not the brightest idea, no matter how you slice it. I mean, if something terrible happened to a family member of ours, like if something happened to my brother or my sisters, I would want justice.
yeah.
I wouldn't. I can't say I wouldn't seek vengeance because it depends on the severity of what happened, but I would seek to make things right, and I would try my damnedest not to.
The way my brain is wired, it's like in certain situations, like I like to think that my friends and loved ones like are able to take care of themselves, and so I don't like to step between a lot of things because I don't want to make people feel like I'm trying to say that they can't help themselves or whatever, But it's like, say someone, like, a dude, like, sucker punches one of my friends or something, you know? Like, at that point, I'm going to go vengeance mode, and that guy's getting hit back by me.
At that point, that's a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
A knee-jerk reaction, I mean, in fight situations like that, a knee-jerk reaction is almost always the go-to immediate response.
Yeah.
Whereas what happened with Ida is that he found out something bad happened to his brother. He went to his brother, found out the severity of it, and then got the rundown of what happened. He was powerless to stop it because he wasn't there. You see, we always imagine, like, oh, if I was only there, if only I was there, you know, if I were there, things would have been different. It's like, you don't know that. We never know that, because who's to say we wouldn't have been on the chopping block right next to him? Especially considering that they didn't know the extent of Stain's power. Because now that they know Stain's power, I mean, that's just... it makes fighting him a whole lot easier.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, a little bit. I mean, he's still a slippery bastard.
His power's still pretty powerful, so...
Well, yeah. You just got to find out what your blood type is, and the high, you know, just, I guess, send people in who has the highest resistance against him. I mean, that'd probably be the best option.
Yeah. Never fight him alone, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple people is definitely a good strat against him.
Yes.
He does really well in solo combat, but starts to falter when he's against multiples, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we got the video up on screen. What do you say we get into this? This is Season 2, Episode 19, I think? Yeah, Episode 19. Everyone's Internships. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, kick it.
ホス事件から2日職場体験が始まってから5日が過ぎニュースはヒーロー殺しの話題で持ちきりだ7名のプロヒーローと高校生3名がヒーロー殺しと出くわしたところ駆けつけたエンデバーによって事件は無事解決した飯田君は負傷した両腕の診断結果が出たその夜迎えに来たお母さんと一緒に実家へと戻っていった
殺しを倒したことにされたあいつがどんな顔してるのか見てし
エンデバーのことになると意地悪だな轟君
It's because Endeavor's a mean old man.
先日のホス事件に感化されたヴィランが動きを活発化させる恐れがあるパトロールとはいえども気を抜かずに
Oh, the hair.
抑止するために行うものだが副次的効果も期待できるそれは何か
ヴィランを見つけたら速攻でぶっ潰す
Wrong.
違う答えは我々の存在を示し市民たちに安心を与えること
前にヴィランに捕まって泣きそうになってたよな
だとこれな俺はあの時ヴィランに捕まってたわけじゃなくて野郎を倒す算段を考えてたんだお前らみたいなガキに心配される必要なんだ
Yeah.
His words were decently chosen, but his demeanor obviously scaring the shit out of him.
Of course.
Put that kid on some Xanax, man. He needs to chill.
距離を取って対応直接攻撃が来たら片足軸回転でかわして手首と首を同時に掴み手首を引きながら首を押す
すごい
Use a practice.
可愛いのに
今度は僕がナイフを持つね
I'm waiting for her to see his face, and he's got like a really goofy face or something.
Yeah.
演歌歌手が地方巡業するのと同じよ地道な活動の意味が違うんじゃ
人質の数は
物音からして2人です
よし中に踏み込むぞ行くぞプロヒーローだおとなしくしろ
応援します一緒に下へ
助かったありがとうヒーロー
You gotta do your part in every single way.
看板掃除終わったわシリウスさん毎日訓練や船の掃除ばかりで退屈でしょ少し私が職場体験した時も同じ嫌になった最初はねでも船長のサイドキックをしていて分かったのヒーローにとって本当に大切なものが何かをそれは何そこは自分で答えを見つけなきゃ
何遊んでやがるカエルだからって油売ってんじゃねえぞシリウスも監督係に任命したんだ
掃除は終わってるわ船長私だってちゃんと監督してます
おお
嘘か。ごめんね。可愛すぎて声出ねえか、フロッピー。
呆れてるんです。いつも言ってますけど、顔だけ可愛くしてもダメです。
子供にやるとバカウケなんだぞ。
それ単純にバカにされてるんですよ。
Oh, come
可愛く
on.
ないですから。
Come on! Let the guy be cute.
可愛いわ。
緊急出航だ。
Oh.
密航者ですか。
貿易船内3号に密航者が乗り込んでるっつうタレコミが海上保安庁にあった。の貨物リストから一部の積み荷がなくなっていたそうだ。これがどういうことかわかるか、フロ。
海上保安庁が来る前に密航者たちは積み荷を別の船に移し替えて逃げたんだと思うわ。
正
解。可愛くね。
可愛いわ。
今回俺たちが受けた依頼は小型船で逃げたと推察される密航者たちを確保し保安庁に引き渡すことだ。お前らはレーダーを使って小型船を捜索しろ。俺は海中から奴らを探す。
That's pretty cool.
海難ヒーローセルキー、個性ゴマフアザラシ。ゴマフアザラシにできることなら大抵できる。ソナーのように音を出し。
さすがにこの暗さじゃ何も見えないわ。レーダーもまだキャッチできないみたいだし。
船長。
密航者が乗っていると思われる漁船の位置を確認した。野郎ども、明かりを消して相手に気づかれないように近づくぞ。シリウス、一緒にいてやれ。
はい。それじゃ職場体験にならないわ。
いいから黙って俺の言うことを聞け。
フロッピーの現場に行きたいって気持ちよくわかるわ。でもね、相手が密航者といっても細心の注意を払わなきゃいけないでしょ。だから船長の指示に従って一緒にサポートしましょう。
停船しろ。プロヒーローだ。してただけでならこの下も見せられるよな。魚しか入ってませんよ。明かりはつかねえのか。
ああ。
言われた通りにやったぜ。だから命だけは。
そりゃしねえよ。
安心しな。インスマスの親分の仕事もやりやすくなるってもんだ。
Lost Innsmouth.
俺っちたちの仕
Oh
事は
shit.
終了。
We got some HP Lovecraft tributes in here.
船長応答してください。
シリウス、個性グッドイヤー。人間には聞こえ
I
な
was
い
wondering what
星
those
を
were
聞
for,
き
if
取
they
る
were
こと
just
が
for
でき
show.
る。
別の船。こっちはいい。見つけ出せ。ミック、船を出して。
船長たちを助けなくていいの？
私たちは船長の指示に従うの。船長が決めたことが最善だと信じてるから。フロッピーも信じて。船長を、私たちを。水輪の陰に隠れてる。
そう、あんなところに。
フロッピーも手伝って。
キロ。
質問に答えてくれれば手荒な真似はしない。
引きずり出してやる。目が見える。
You got 8.
Oh. I don't see why he's called Innsmouth.
うまく逃げられたと思ったのに。
Oh.
まったくしつけえやつらだな。おっと動くな。こいつは俺様が保安庁から逃げ切ったら返してやる。通信機になってやがんのだ。へおいガキ、女の命が惜しければ俺の言う通り言え。密航者は発見できませんでした。
ヒーローにとって本当に大切なもの。私たちは船長の指示に従うの。
密航者は2つ岩にいるわ。
ついちゃ
このガキぶっ殺してやる。おっと捕まえた。
No.
Ow.
The end.
Guess who? Ah, the sonar.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
大丈夫怪我は大丈夫よシリウスさんは体だけは丈夫なの
よくやってくれたお前たち
ありがとね
今それやるかヒーローにとって本当に大切なものが何か少しだけ分かった気がするわ
密航者は全員逮捕奴らが運び込もうとしていた積み荷の違法ドラッグも無事回収できたよところでセルキーいつ新しいサイドキックを雇ったんだい怖い思いをさせてしまったねすまない
おいおい子供扱いするなよフロッピーは免許こそないがもう立派なヒーローだこの俺が保証する
Damn.
She's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, Sue's a great character. I like her a lot. Her powers are interesting too. I mean, she's pretty much has the quirk of a frog. Very capable leaping, very dexterous tongue, but on a human scale, which is when you think about it, if a human had a human-sized frog like that, would actually be a very formidable opponent, especially a bullfrog that had the fangs. Ooh, I couldn't imagine.
They put her with a
being
hero
Billy
that
or
has
one
like
of
a
those.
similar deal to her because he's just a seal essentially. So
Yeah. I mean,
but as a human scale, so that actually comes in really handy for him too.
yeah. I mean, well, except and you see the advantages of the human body with the quirks of a different animal. For instance, the seal. The seal, he'd be, he very big, very strong, very capable swimmer, able to navigate via sonar or via
I don't think I
natural
would
sonar.
actually be afraid of the ocean if I were him, because I could actually tell like if a shark was coming towards me with the sonar,
And plus,
I could fight it if I had to, and I could outswim it.
Seals, and plus, seals. Well, if you wanted to be able to fight against a shark, one of the best things in the water that fights against sharks is actually dolphins.
Yeah.
The porpoise, the nose of the porpoise actually has been known to pierce the sides of great white sharks and actually break their gills to where they're not able to breathe and they actually die. And that's actually
They can also punt smaller sharks out of the water until they drown, essentially.
yes. That's the amazing thing about dolphins. Dolphins are so fast and so unbelievably lethal. I mean, that's the craziest thing about it. I remember the first time I ever got to see a dolphin when I went to SeaWorld when I was a kid. It actually came up on the side and it would let you pet it and everything. You could feed it like little fish and all that.
Yeah, I've still never got to actually see one in person.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds pretty
Dude,
cool.
their skin is like a very like lively rubber.
Yeah.
You touch the surface of their skin and it gives, but it only gives to a point. And then when it comes back up, it's just like, holy crap, that's awesome. And their skin's tough too, very tough. They can take getting hit. They can take some pretty bad stuff. Saw one get hit by a spear, and the spear pierced the first layer of skin, and it bled a little bit, but it kept going. I mean, it's very hard to kill a dolphin. You really got to trap it, and I mean, there's examples of people out there, or fishing companies out there that actually do that. They kill dolphins that get caught in their nets and stuff like that instead of setting them free, which that's bullshit, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's one of the few things in the ocean that's kind of halfway decent, and you fucking kill it. Really.
Yeah.
I know they actually have been known to sexually assault people, but
well, that's like young adult dolphins. Those are it's not just males, it's also females too. I mean, they they stick that nose where it doesn't belong sometimes.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is weird, but hey, that's nature, dude. Nature's like it's out there, and we don't fully understand it. I mean, but for this show right here, I mean, like having heroes with animal tendencies and all that. I mean, you know, you've seen certain ones on here, but I'm curious to see what other one, like if you could choose an animal infusion, like to have the abilities of a certain animal, what would it be?
Am I going to end up looking like that animal?
Not necessarily.
Because, I mean, Froppy, you know, she kind of pulls it off because, I mean, she doesn't have a nose and she has a really long tongue, but otherwise
she's
got
a wide mouth and
pass for a human, but then it's like, you know, Selkie is like, you know,
100% a seal.
Yeah.
So I don't really care to look like an animal if it was cool enough. Like, I think I'd probably go with an owl.
An owl?
Owls are one of my favorite animals anyways.
Because if I was
like
a
chinchilla, I'm not going to go with because that's not going to give me any really like super abilities, you know, other than just being super soft.
Jump and be super fluffy.
Yeah, basically. Like, I can kind of parkour to an extent as a chinchilla, but like that'd be about it. But like as an owl, like being able to like fly and have the vision that they have and everything.
To be completely silent in flight.
Yeah, like that would be pretty
That'd
cool.
be awesome.
Basically be a stealth hero.
Night vision.
What about you, Micah? If you could choose one.
Heck if I know. So, like, if I picked a chameleon, would my eyes be out on the sides of my heads and, like, all...
Not necessarily.
Because, see, I think that would be disgusting.
Not necessarily. I think you would... if you don't necessarily have to have that.
Right.
But if you did have, like, the chameleon vision, like, where you could actually, like...
Just, like, do the...
yeah.
What's the Skarsgård actor that played the new It? Like, where he can, like...
Not Peter.
Bill
Skarsgård, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, I probably would do, like, I don't know, a Kodiak grizzly bear. Because Kodiak grizzly bears are big, they have very thick skin, very thick fur, and they're immensely strong. They can actually, there's, like, some that get up to over 9 feet tall and well over 1,400 pounds, and some of them can actually flip cars. They're that strong. And if I could, I would take that on, and I would, and you know, I wouldn't mind having some fur to keep me warm during the wintertime. You know, I would just roam the woods during wintertime, and I would save people who were lost in the woods. That's all I do. Just be like out there. I'd hear someone yelling for help, and I'll just be like, Grizzly Man is here. And yeah, not the Werner Herzog film, but Grizzly Man.
I had a really weird thought about their animal quirk people, like, and how they have specifically like done arranged marriages to like combine quirks. I wonder if the different animal quirk people can actually like interbreed, because like different animal species can't.
Well, no,
but I wonder if they could,
can't.
as
However,
like humans with animal quirks.
Humans with animal quirks, they're still human at the core. But they just have a genetic quirk that allows them to take on certain abilities.
Like say Froppy and what's the bird guy with the shadow? Like grew up to get married and had a kid. Would it be like
Tamaki?
a bird frog? Yeah.
Yeah, Tamaki.
Would it be like a frog bird or
Tokoyomi?
a shadow frog bird?
Tokoyomi. Thank you.
Or would it be like a frog person that has like a shadow ability? Like,
I don't know.
Don't really know.
Who knows, dude? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to work like that. Sometimes quirks can just happen at random. For instance, Midoriya, his mother, has a slight psychic ability, and his father... what can his father do? I forget.
I don't know.
I forget, but his father also had a quirk. It wasn't anything notable. Both his parents have, like, middling quirks. But they had a child, and Midoriya so far didn't exhibit any of those quirks. You see, I would say it's probably. I mean, I don't even think Ochiko's parents had a quirk, and
yeah, they seem relatively normal.
I don't even think her parents did have a quirk, and we haven't met. Have we met Bakugo's parents yet? I don't
just
think we
heard his
have.
mom's voice.
Yeah, because she's he has her aggression from the sounds of it, but I don't know if either of any of that's the thing, we really don't know the parents yet. The only parents we know are Endeavor, who honestly, I'm not sure what the secret is behind traits being passed down and all.
The other thing too, though, is if you look at Todoroki's mom, like you wouldn't initially guess she had a quirk, but she does apparently have an ice quirk. She just doesn't really use it. So I mean, the other parents could have quirks. We just haven't seen them and don't know about them. They just look like normal people.
True, very true. But
so we don't really know unless they tell us for sure.
Yeah, but all that being said, I mean, there's a lot of different quirks and different things in this show, and the more we go on, I'm sure the more we're going to learn. But for right now, we're going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you all have enjoyed, and we hope that you will continue to enjoy. And if you all want to see more, I mean, hey, feel free to check out our Discord and check out our Patreon. And also, if you want to support us here on the channel, a like on the video would help us a lot. And also, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell to stay notified. And until next time, thank you all very much for tuning in. I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.